Bill O'Reilly, Wednesday, April 8th, 2020. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening today in America. Europe trying to get back to work. The acting Secretary of the Navy resigns over his handling of a virus-stricken ship. New York City sold hundreds of ventilators just 5 years ago. 20% of the NYPD call in sick. Smoking pot could increase your chances of getting the contagion. Also ahead, the continuing war between the press and the president. But first, Italy and other European nations now looking to ease restrictions and regulations as the rate of infection slows over there. Lawmakers in Rome joining Denmark, Austria, and Norway, saying workers in construction, food, and tourism could return to the job shortly. The continent's biggest outbreaks are currently in Spain and Great Britain. Navy Secretary Thomas Modly quits over his handling of the USS Theodore Roosevelt, a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier where hundreds of sailors were infected with the virus. Modly berated the ship's captain, Brett Crozier, after he asked for medical evacuations from the ship. Now Modly is gone. While New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio warns the city could run out of ventilators, a new report by ProPublica shows his administration actually sold hundreds of the machines just 5 years ago. The equipment was acquired by Mayor Bloomberg, but de Blasio sold it because of high maintenance costs. This is quite a story. Roughly 20% of police officers are sick in the Big Apple. More than 7,000 cops staying home with virus symptoms. Another 2,000 members of the force have tested positive for COVID. 3 have died so far. Some doctors believe smoking marijuana on a regular basis could increase a person's risk of contracting the virus. Experts say the habit, along with consuming tobacco, makes the lungs weaker. Despite those warnings, the sale of cannabis is up about 150% in California and Colorado, where it is legal. In a moment, the press and Donald Trump should be working together to diminish the virus. Not happening. Right back. A former White House economist says there's a 100% chance of a recession and predicts 1 million jobs will be lost in April. So many Americans are moving to physical gold and silver as a recession-proof safe haven for their retirement. American Hartford Gold Group is a trusted leader in gold and silver, and they make it simple and easy to get started. They're family-owned and have an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. Very important. Until you hold a precious metal in your hand, you'll never fully know the experience of being in control of your own retirement. If you are listening to me right now, the American Hartford Gold Group is offering new clients up to $500 in free silver. All you have to do is give them a call, 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, or text SILVER to 65532. Please call the American Hartford Gold Group now, 877-444-4653, or text SILVER to 65532. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. The war between the media and the president continues despite the pandemic. It is beyond any doubt that most of the national media wants to see Donald Trump lose the election in November. The press people know this, so does the president. Yesterday, CNN host Jake Tapper retweeted a nasty missive from a Trump hater saying the president is, quote, insane, literally, completely. Now, if I had done that to President Obama while working at Fox News, I would have been sanctioned by management, as Glenn Beck was when he took a personal shot at Mr. Obama. Yet Tapper apparently has no fear that AT&T, which owns CNN, will discipline him. Why should they? CNN attacks President Trump all day, every day. ABC News White House correspondent Jonathan Karl loudly objects to Mr. Trump taking time to criticize the news media. But why? Mr. Karl surely knows the press wants to hurt the president and uses the virus news cycle to do it. In Karl's new book, he singles out CNN White House guy Jim Acosta for scrutiny because Acosta is so anti-Trump. So what's the beef, Karl? You know the truth. You see it every day. There is no fairness by the national press when it comes to covering Donald Trump. None. It is true that the president should avoid chastening media people during the pandemic because it's small ball compared to the struggle the nation is facing. But Mr. Trump is certainly within his rights, generally speaking, to object to the horrendous media culture we presently have in this country. Right now, the president and the press should be working together to get the best information to the American people. But obviously, that's not occurring. The White House press corps often asks gotcha questions, framing events in the most negative way they can. In response, President Trump attacks the reporter and his or her organization. Simple question. Does that do you, the American citizen, any good? Simple answer. Of course not. And the divide is not going to be breached during the pandemic. President Trump believes his administration and himself is doing a great job combating the virus. He is not going to admit mistakes early on. He is not going to give a mea culpa about anything. The media does not see it that way. For whatever reason, they believe Donald Trump has botched the pandemic response. And no matter what evidence is produced to the contrary, the media is not even going to consider it. Trump is incompetent, so he should be voted out in November. That is the great divide, and never shall the twain meet. I'm Bill O'Reilly, and I approve this message by actually writing it. For more news analysis, please visit BillO'Reilly.com, where we have the best pandemic coverage. In a moment, something you might not know. Two guys, Kyle and Josh, were both losing their hair, which was no surprise to either, since they knew male pattern baldness ran in their families. The way they dealt with their hair loss, however, couldn't have been more different. Kyle put it off, losing more and more hair. Josh went right to Keeps.com to learn how to keep his hair. Keeps offers generic versions of the only two FDA-approved hair loss products out there. The genetic versions saved Josh a lot of money, and the consultation was simple. He answered a few questions online and snapped a few pictures of his hair. A doctor then evaluated everything and recommended the right FDA-approved hair loss treatment for Josh. It was shipped discreetly to his door. Keeps lets you save your hair without ever leaving your home. Please go to Keeps, KEEPS.com/Bill to get your first order of Keeps hair loss treatment 50% off. Half off. That's Keeps.com/Bill, Keeps.com/Bill. Now, the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. Tonight at sundown, 18 million Jews around the world will start the week-long celebration of Passover, one of the religion's most sacred holidays. The dinner commemorates the freeing of Jewish slaves from Egypt more than 3,000 years ago. The biblical book of Exodus tells the story. Moses, by command of God, asked Ramses II to free the Israelites from bondage. But when the Pharaoh refuses, 10 plagues are unleashed on Egypt, including one that gives the holiday its name. An avenging angel takes the lives of every firstborn in Egypt, but not the Jewish babies. The Israelites are instructed by the deity to mark their doors with lamb's blood. The murderous plague then passes over those houses. In Scripture, the Pharaoh finally relents, the slaves are freed. Passover is the oldest celebrated holiday on the Jewish calendar. But thanks to the virus, this year's festivities will be much different than last year. With so many folks unable to visit friends and family, the Jewish community is turning to technology for the traditional dinner. Popular video chat services like Zoom and Skype will help bring families together. Senior rabbis deeming the platforms kosher for use. Some synagogues are setting up call centers to bridge the gap. People can phone in to speak with a religious leader, asking any spiritual questions they would like to ask. When it comes to the traditional Passover foods, the community is making sure everyone has what they need. In the USA, 250,000 Seder to-go kits are being prepared and delivered to those who cannot make it out of the house. Israel is making similar efforts, delivering more than 100,000 food boxes filled with matzah, wine, and other essential items for the meal. And here's something else you might not know. The Jewish community has never skipped a Passover celebration, even during the Holocaust. Seders were held in the ghettos, prayer books also found in concentration camps across Europe. The O'Reilly Update will be back after this. You know me as a news guy, but today I'm a science guy. I've accumulated my share of aches and pains over the years, which started my quest for a natural solution. I found it in Omega XL. The stuff works, and it has 30 years of research to prove it. Omega XL is a powerful natural anti-inflammatory supplement that helps relieve joint and muscle pain. There's nothing like it. Omega XL has health benefits way beyond joint comfort. Here's another reason I take Omega XL. Research shows that it can rebalance inflammation in the body and promote a healthy immune system, vitally important. So, please do two things today for yourself. Stay close to your loved ones and order Omega XL, the supplement that can deliver pain relief while improving your overall health. Order now and get a second bottle absolutely free of charge. Please go to omegaxl.com/bill. That's omega, the letters xl.com/bill. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.